welcome back to ECS Coffee. My name is Rebecca, and today we are going to be going through the Lillet Anna 2 with PID. We're going to be brewing a couple espresso shots, making a cappuccino, and going through the machine a little bit. So I personally love this machine. It is a single boiler more manual espresso machine, a semi-automatic. We don't have a built-in grinder on this unit here. So we will be using the Baratza Satay 30 with this machine today. It's a great grinder. It does a very consistent espresso grind, and it has 31 grind settings. So if you have any questions about that, you can leave them below as well. So on this unit in particular, we have a water tank at the back. We have a steam wand, and we have 3 settings here. So we've got our coffee, our water, and our steam. We have our pump. So we use this when we are pouring our espresso. And we have our steam nozzle on the side, so we'll open and close that when we're using either the steam or the water, because the water does come out of the steam wand here. This unit has a 57mm portafilter, so it is one size down from the 58, but still a really nice size. It has a nice weight to it too. So this right here is our PID. So you'll notice that it says 91 here. That's because we are on coffee mode. So it's around between 90 to 95 for your coffee or espresso. If I were to push this up to my steam, it's going to begin to climb, and then it would be around 130 for our steam. And you'll see it get to that when we start to steam our milk. So I'll just leave that on my coffee for now. So like I said, this is a single boiler machine, which means you cannot brew and steam your beverage at the same time. So you have to either pour your espresso first and then steam your milk, or steam your milk and then pour your espresso. I personally prefer to pour my espresso and then steam my milk. It's just the way I like to make my drinks, but you can absolutely steam the milk first and then brew the espresso. Today we're going to brew the espresso first because I'm doing it. All right, so I'm gonna start grinding my espresso and weighing everything out and dialing it in, and then we're gonna pour an espresso shot, see how our pressure goes, because we do have a nice pressure gauge here. If we get anywhere between 8 and 10, we're gonna have a decent espresso shot. It's optimal for you to hit about 9 bars of pressure, but between the 8 and 10 mark, it is good. So we're gonna get grinding, get weighing out, and get going. Okay, nice tamped, nice and flat. So I'll put that up here. Okay, lock it in tight. Got my cup here. So like I said, we're gonna do espresso, and then I'm gonna steam some milk afterwards and make cappuccino. Okay, so I am on my coffee. You can see I'm at 96, which is a great temperature for brewing coffee. That's one of the benefits of having PID. So you're always going to know what temperature you're at when you're brewing or steaming milk, etc. You're always going to know that you're within an optimal range, so you're not guessing. When you don't have the PID, you can fluctuate, and you don't know that you're at 94 or that you're at 96 or whatever you're at. You could be within 10 degrees of your optimal brewing temperature at any given time. So it is a really nice feature to have, because you're not under extracting or over extracting your espresso just because of your temperature. You might still do it, but it'll be because of your tamping or your grind size, but not your espresso, or not your temperature. So we're gonna brew the espresso. I have it on coffee mode. We're at 93. I'm gonna activate my pump. And yeah, we've got a decent pressure going there. We've got a beautiful crema. Stop that now. So with this machine, you start and stop the espresso. So once you've reached the amount of volume that you want, you'll just shut that pump off, and then you'll be able to enjoy your beautiful espresso. Aha. All right, I'm gonna set that up there, because this is nice and warm. Keep the espresso warm. So now I'm going to flick this all the way up to the steam. You'll notice that this light is off. That is indicating that we're not ready to steam yet. So it's going to take anywhere from about 45 seconds to a minute for it to heat up to about the 130 range, which is what it's going to be at for when you're steaming your milk, okay? I'm just going to talk a little bit about the size of this unit and everything like that. So it is a much smaller unit. It fits very nicely on the countertop. It's not very high, so it'll be able to fit under your cabinets. And if you live in any kind of condo or apartment, this is a nice compact unit for you. Obviously, you do need to pair it with a nice grinder. We're doing the Sauté 30 today, but since it has this mirrored finish, it pairs very nicely with the Fred grinder from Lillet, which we'll link down below. That one has a mirrored finish as well, and it is a stepless grinder. So it's a really good option for you and a good price point as well. Okay, we're getting up there. We're about 120. Yep, gonna be there soon. All right. So the light has come on, which means we're around that range, but I am going to wait for it to get a little higher to in the 130s until it kind of stops. Perfect. All right, so we are ready to go now. This is a powerful steam wand. It does have just one hole on the bottom, but you can make very nice microfoam. So we'll see if we're able to get any kind of latte art today. Okay, so. This wand is really mobile, which I like. It is not insulated, so you do have to be careful about touching it. You want to be sure that you're touching this rubber piece here if you're moving it at all. Get a spiral going. You are able to move that milk pretty well. Okay, nice and hot now. And just turn this off. Fantastic. All right, let me just grab a cloth afterwards to wipe that down. Okay. Give it a little bit of a purge. Okay, so you can see the milk here. Fantastic microfoam. Heated up really quickly. Like I said, we were doing the espresso first and then the milk. If you want to do the milk first and then the espresso, by all means. Looks like paint, which is what you want. It's kind of a heart, not really. Call it an onion. Okay. All right. Then we have our more of a latte than cappuccino, but cappuccino size. Looks great. So since this is a single boiler machine, we are now much too hot to be brewing any coffee. So we got to cool down the boiler to be able to brew any coffee now. So what you're going to do here is turn your dial to your water, because like I said, the water comes out of the steam wand. We're going to turn on our pump and we are going to open up our steam. You're going to see a lot of steam, and then it's going to start to pour just water, which means we're good. So then I shut off my steam valve, I turn the pump off, and I turn to coffee mode. Coffee mode is kind of your standby. So now we're going to bring the temperature down, and it'll let us know when we're ready to brew some coffee, which we are now. Yeah, so we're good to go now. I quite like this machine. I think it's very easy to use. With the PID and the quick heat up time, its competitors like Rancilio or Gaggia, they can't compete because they don't have that PID built in. At least the Sylvia doesn't from Rentilio. But this one does, and the heat up time is a lot faster. Since it is such a small unit, it can fit in any kitchen, and it's also gonna look really nice. And like I said, pairing it with the Fred, they both have that mirrored finish, so that would look just beautiful. If you have any questions about this unit or any unit similar to that, or anything that we used today, like the Sete 30 or the Fred grinder mentioned, you can leave your comments down below. If you liked our video, give us a thumbs up. And remember to give us a follow if you want to stay up to date with us and see what we're doing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.